Hi everyone, I'm Christine Newblood. Well, as we mentioned earlier in the broadcast, Chicago's Cuauhte moc Blanco will not be starting today. In fact, the Mexican star hasn't started in a single game for the team this season. The question is, why? Now, despite suffering a knee injury during preseason, Blanco has said that he feels physically fit to start. Now, earlier today, I talked with head coach Dennis Hamlet, and I asked him why Blanco has been held out of the starting 11, and he told me it's been his fitness. However, earlier this week, Blanco participated in a charity game where he played 90 minutes, and Hamlet said he liked what he saw and it was good enough to start today. John and Troy, as I toss it back to you, I should mention that Blanco wasn't out here on the pitch warming up with the team, and I know there were a lot of disappointed fans that weren't able to see him earlier.
Christine, thanks. And the folks at Comcast Sportsnet in Chicago who join us for this broadcast today, certainly interested in the Cuauhte moc Blanco saga. Cuauhte moc Blanco is in. Didn't even come out for the pregame warm-ups, but here he is, ready to go to start the second half. The 36-year-old Mexican making his third appearance off the bench this year. One of two lineup changes that were made here in the second half.
There's the man in for the second half for the Earthquakes. Denton, looks like Bobby Convey is going to slide up top with Johnson, or possibly tuck in the middle with the 4-5-1 approach here and secure that lead that they have.
So they took out a forward, did the Quakes, Pablo Campos, and brought in a defender, Eric Denton, and moved Convey up higher, even higher than Huckerby, it appears right now.
Yes, it does. And interesting, there's a chance.
And Ward has moved to the fullback spot. Niako through Map, and I'm not sure what he was waiting for, but Johnson gets tangled up. Robinson, foul called on San Jose as he runs over Dason Robinson, and Blanco touches the ball quickly. You're not going to see Blanco running around the field like Patrick Niako, I'll tell you that.
No, he's not. And he didn't. It's interesting. He did not have a warm-up before the game or even at halftime.
Huckerby gets it through and all the way. And finally, Bush gets a touch with a little help from the defense.
So having that injury that he's had in the past and coming back cold turkey like this, you know, it's prone to have an injury again if you're not warmed up properly, if you don't take the time to stretch.
Yeah, little birdie did tell us that he was playing basketball before the game.
Yeah.
So San Jose will throw it in on the far side.
His limp wrist action might be okay, but we'll have to see how his legs and his joints and everything else follow suit. You know, a proper warm-up is very important as you get older.
Yeah, Blanco scored 7 goals last year for Chicago, 4 goals in 07 in limited time in 14 games for the Fire in 07. Quakes have a 2-1 lead as we get it started here in the second half at Buckshaw Stadium, where the Quakes have a win and a loss so far this year. 2 substitutions made, 1 for each team here to start the second half. Map looking for Blanco, taken away by Corrales. Ramiro.
Nice.
Takes it right away from Blanco. Ramiro's family's from Chicago. He spent part of his, in Mexico. His youth spent part of his youth in Mexico. Takes it away from the Mexican legend. Convey plays it for Huckerby, but there's Denton to pick it up. Right foots it for Alvarez, stolen away by Segares. Gonzalo probably going to be thinking about what happened to him in the first half. Here's Gonzalo Segares, and he lets it fly left-footed, and it flies over the top.
No problems there. Good run up and down the field by both teams, but striking the ball in stride, very difficult to do at full speed. Doesn't get over the ball and just hits it over the top of the bar. Those are important to lean forward and make sure that you're staying over the ball to keep them down low.
Segares is a Costa Rican, plays for their national team. He played college ball at Virginia Commonwealth. Samare.
This hacky sack move there.
Segares. Wilman Conde is a regular man on the back line in central defense, but he has a nasal infection that keeps him out of the lineup.
Some kind of a sinus infection, Frankie Klopas tells me, and you know, he's a very tough, gritty defender that's not afraid to mix it up with anybody, and also, you know, leads some security back there at the back. So some big shoes to fill with CJ and Conde out of the lineup for Chicago.
The Quakes with a 2-1 lead. Ball intended for Convey. Samari plays it back to Bush, who right foots it out of trouble. So John Bush showing some deft ability with his off foot. Map. Sagaris. The speedy Nyako from Ghana. He too went to college in the U.S. Virginia Tech. Right through McBride. He was leaving it for somebody, and he wasn't there.
Well, he did all the hard work, and then he missed his target. And McBride's a pretty good target to hit, but he needs to polish up his finishing last touch.
This is Marco Papa. Scored the Chicago goal in the first half. Intended for Nyako. Headed it for McBride. Justin Mapp. And Corrales gets a lot of the ball.
Good brave tackle there by Captain Ramiro Corrales, knowing that he has to get a piece of that ball on that shot by Justin Mapp.
Convey with a foul call against San Jose. His 43rd minute goal put the Quakes back up 2-1 after Papa's 41st minute goal tied the game. And here we are, warm, 60 degrees. After a couple of days of rain in Northern California. Ball off the hand of Garcia. Certainly not intentionally.
Just deflected off his wing.
And his hand was down. Oftentimes they'll let that go.
Justin Mapp's going to get a nice spin, looking to get the ball inside there. In front of Joe Cannon, in behind the defenders, onto a rushing, attacking run by the Chicago Fire here.
So Justin Mapp, 2 men in front of him, swings it low. Garcia looking for it. Blanco had a chance. At the post is Cannon. Nyako with a shot. And Joe Cannon for Corrales. Bad touch, and Mapp takes it away.
Mapp's kind of moving around the map here. He's in the center, he's on the right, he's on the left.
All over the map. There's Blanco. Some folks came out here to see Blanco, and others came out to jeer him, apparently.
That's right.
Sagaris for McBride. Garcia keeps it away, and Joe Cannon comes up to take the ball.
Nice job by Garcia there, just kind of riding the player and keeping that lane open for Joe Cannon.
Amway Global has teamed up with San Jose Earthquakes to bring 150 kids out to today's game from Adelante Dual Language Academy. Jamil Roberts spoke to the students on Wednesday about the values of staying in school. Thanks to Amway Global for their continued commitment to the Bay Area community. Convey needs some help. Johnson's there. Samari over the top of Johnson. Bakari Samari goes 6-4. Garcia heads it back to Joe Cannon.
Good safe play there by Garcia, knowing where his opponent's at and playing the ball safely back to Joe Cannon. Those are, you know, with speed coming at you like that, that's an easy time to make a mess up or a goof and allow that player with speed to get in behind you.
Johnson again gets his head on it. It's a little unusual in that the Quakes are playing really with just one true forward right now.
I think, you know, Bobby, you can hear him at halftime at the speech there, not really playing in that left back position, not feeling real comfortable with it. Maybe with that goal streaking forward, he feels that he can do some more in the second half in more offensive position.
Huckerby fights him off, then he goes down hard. That should get a whistle, and it does not. And Corrales then finally takes down Robinson.
And that's a hard tackle right into the shin, ankle, high ankle area of Huckerby. Take a look at it here on the replay. Huckerby's going to drive the ball forward, and here comes the tackle. Going to go right in over the top of the ball and onto the shin of Darren Huckerby.
That's Gonzalo Sagaris with that tackle. Good look, good view, guys. Bush, Elliott. There's Johnson again. Convey, swing and a miss. Garcia, a swing and a near miss. And then a giveaway.
Yeah, it's a bit choppy right now for both teams.
Justin Mapp's got control for Chicago. It stayed in play the whole time. Here's Papa.
Good overlapping run.
Papa for Ward. He's got some space. Tim Ward shoots, and it's punched away by Cannon. Mapp Elliott is there to defend Justin Knapp. Blanco. Logan Pause. Marco Papa. Up from behind is Huckerby to knock it away. Big elbow into the face of Bobby Convey by Segares.
Yeah, he's being feisty out there. It's just a matter of time before the referee notices one too many times that he's going to go in hard like that. There's a good attacking scheme here. Nice overlap here on the outside, and he's just going to line up and blast it. Joe Cannon does a good job of reading it and punching it clear out of danger.
Yellow card, caution.
Good look at the young man, Midwesterner.
Yeah, Ward is
Yellow card, I guess, was handed out there.
Like I said, the referee saw 2 hard tackles by him and decided to give him a yellow card on that second one. But I think Ward has actually slid over to the right side now with Blanco coming into the center. He's playing that right back, kind of an overlapping back.
So Segares with the yellow card. Gonzalez, the referee, had seen enough. McBride, the captain of the Fire, off of Garcia.
The offer must be redeemed in the next 7 days.
And Garcia's Indiana Hoosier red shoes. Red cleats. Huckerby again gets in the way. Ward loses control. Foul called on San Jose.
Once again, a bit choppy there for the Earthquakes. They need to get the ball settled and try to find the switch on the portion that's open on the outside flank.
Papa, here's Ward again, defended there by Denton. Eric Denton did not start the game today, had started the 3 previous games at left fullback. Played 26 games a year ago at the left back spot for the Quakes.
He's got a great assist on the ball, but you have to get to the ball first with Blanco. Here's a look at it. A nice long ball. Earthquakes are a little bit too out of place here on the left side. Great turn. What a brilliant turn by McBride, and places in the
5 World Cup soccer appearances.
Well, that's just experience right
just
there.
World-class play right there. Blanco to McBride, and this game is tied at 2.
When you see how he wrapped his foot around that ball and just cradled it down, that's a world-class goal.
Ryan Johnson now at Samare. Johnson keeps his feet, plays it out, and over the head of Convey. Back the other way, Leach. Quakes 2, Chicago 2 now early in the second half. The San Jose's had the lead twice in this game, and they've given it up twice.
And the Earthquakes have to recognize where Blanco is at all times on the field to make sure they don't lose track of that mark.
Here's Huckerby. Huckerby for Johnson, trying to set it up for himself. And he gets fought off the ball by Papa. And Elliott gives it away.
They're going to find Blanco.
Niaco Blanco. Here comes Cuauhte moc Blanco. No speed, but it's got some space. And finally, Cochran chases him down. Blanco, here's Papa. Papa off the face of Elliott. Knapp and Ward now for Chicago. Tim Ward, bad cross or even worse shot.
Now, I just got done telling you, John, and the people at home, Blanco's not the type of player that's going to be buzzing around the field everywhere. He's going to find an open spot on the field somewhere. And look at here. He finds the ball into the space. Blanco's wide open. Nobody with the head on the swivel looking back behind him. Where's Blanco? Where's Blanco? And here he does a good job of getting back. Ryan Cochran does to stall the play. But Blanco's always going to find that open player. And he's always going to find the open space on the field.
So an assist for Blanco and a goal for Blanco, and he's played about 45 minutes this year for Chicago. Papa can't get to it. Garcia gives it up to Logan Pause. Chicago with 1 road game this year with a 3-1 victory and a 1-0 victory. And a 1-1 draw, I beg your pardon. Dennis Hamlin and his Fire started out very well in 2008. Won 6 of their first 10 games, and here they're 2-0-1 after 3. San Jose in the home black unis, Chicago Fire in their road white unis. sunny afternoon in Northern California. Quakes with Corrales and Elliott playing in the middle of the midfield today.
And the Earthquakes look like they've taken their foot off the gas a little bit the second half, and they're not doing the things that they did the first half that put Chicago under pressure at the back and outside on the flanks.
Cochran gives it up but got away because McBride was well offside.
And he knew he did the smart thing, threw his hands up. I'm not in the play, referee. Don't call me offsides. Maybe something happens.
And because Cochran let it go, Cannon could have touched the ball and didn't with his hands. Of course, he touched it with his foot. Here comes Mapp, Justin Mapp out front, cleared away by Cochran. Christine is with us on the sidelines.
John, you mentioned the central midfield pairing of Ramiro Corrales and Simon Elliott.
Segarra shoots the ball into the hands of Cannon. Excuse me, go ahead.
Oh, no, that's okay. You can interrupt anytime.
Go ahead.
No, I talked with both of them at training this week, and they both had positive comments about the other. Each mentioned how the other brings a lot of experience, and they also said that playing in the preseason really helped the other understand their tendencies. Today is actually Elliott's first start of the season, not to mention his home debut. It's also the first time that he has faced Cuauhte moc Blanco. I asked him what his strategy would be against the Mexican star, and he said it wouldn't be the first time he's faced a player that starts high and drops in, so he'll have to deal with it and adjust accordingly. And guys, I'm sure they're adjusting accordingly right now.
They could just keep Blanco from touching the ball, as he did there against Mapp. Mapp against Garcia. Justin Mapp gets all the way in and leaves it outside of the post. It skims off the near post.
And I'm going to tell you again, Blanco, with time and space, will pick you apart. He's like a surgeon. He's not going to run past you with speed and beat you with explosive tendencies, but he will pick you apart inside the area, playing balls in. We've got the ball into Mapp here. He's running with it. Nice cutback move. He's going to shoot the ball near post, and Joe Cannon looks like he has that near post covered pretty good, just like he wants it to be, arm down. If it is any further inside, Joe probably gets a finger on that. So nice angle there by Joe Cannon.
Robinson playing for Conde in the back line. Samare.
And once again,
here's Blanco. Leach is there. Leach knocks it into the stands. And Chicago will throw it in, but not before San Jose makes a change. And it looks like Huckerby is coming off and Salinas is coming on.
Yeah, Huckerby got a good whack on the top of his ankle there, and they've been all over him today.
So Salinas now has come off the bench in all 4 of San Jose's games here in 2009. I would guess Alvarez will move to the left side and Salinas will play on the right wing. The 32-year-old Nottingham native is out. And the Texan who played at Furman is in.
Right now, the Earthquakes have got to figure out what's going on with Chicago's lineup and get it sorted out. It's choppy and sloppy.
Denton and Papa. Blanco with a very thick trunk. Gets control. Here comes Papa. He's got some help from Ward. Papa, no problem for Joe Cannon.
And there's that Arturo Alvarez look with taking the ball into your strong foot and having the shot with your left coming in from the right-hand side.
Alvarez brings it down. He's playing on the left side of midfield now. Runs at the player. Runs at pause. He crosses back post. Johnson. And Convey cannot reel it in with his right foot.
That's a nice job by Johnson picking out his player rushing in. Convey just overran it just a bit. Had an opportunity there to score.
And then Johnson gives it away. Here's Blanco again. He's got the dangerous McBride out front. And Cochran gets a lot of Blanco's jersey.
The old professional foul. You slow it down. Don't let the team take it down your throat.
Here's Papa again. He got a little bit of space. Tim Ward, who started the day in the midfield and at halftime moved to right fullback. McBride, Cochran. We've already seen McBride's ability to finish. Nyako leaves it for Papa. Papa shoots, and Joe Cannon's got it. Sprawling to his left.
This again, Joe Cannon is positioning himself extremely well. There's the experience of playing in this league. Joe Cannon's going to position himself here. He's light on his feet, He sees the play, he reads the play, gets near post covered, and also gets down low for the far post shot. Excellent play by Joe Cannon.
Cannon, number 3 all-time in saves in MLS, number 2 all-time in shutouts.
Great little over the ball there. Pappas has got a good left foot, and that's a tough one because your defender's really blocking that back post. He's blocking the back post for you, and it goes right through the defender's leg. Could have been an easy goal if Joe's not aware of that far post.
Already 6 shots this half. Cannon, this is not Cannon's forte. Certainly has not been his strength. Coming out and playing the ball off his feet, and it almost bounced off his shin. San Jose throws it in.
Yeah, the Earthquakes are a little rattled right now. They just can't seem to get the tempo slowed down or sped up to where they want it to be, and that's because
He's got some space. Bobby Convey's got some space. Got a little help from Alvarez, who got a little too far inside. Convey thought he would stay wide, and Artie was moving in.
They're a little disconnected. Like I said, they're not sure who's going, who's staying, and where they're at right now. They need to get it sorted out so that they can get on the same page.
Eric Denton got an awful lot of Justin Mapp and slowed down Chicago's attack. 66th minute, it's 2-2. The Earthquakes and the Chicago Fire. You want all the inside access to your favorite MLS teams? Well, log on to MLSnet.com to watch insider videos from each of the 15 teams. MLSnet.com Extra Time, hosted by Greg Lawless and Shep Messing, and this season's new feature, Rookie Life. Go to MLSnet.com. Chicago and San Jose are 2-2, but Chicago's had the best of it here in the second half. Blanco knocked away by Corrales. Nice rebound to Mapp. Puts it outside of the nets, and Chicago has a lineup change coming here. Whether they get it right now or not, we'll see. Justin Mapp. As Chris Rolfe, who last year scored 9 goals and had 8 assists, is ready to come on for Chicago as the 4th official, Vicente Cortez, gets it lined up here. But
that tells us that Coach Dennis Hamlet's not looking
for it, isn't he?
Yeah, he's not looking for the tie. He's bringing on his 2 top goal scorers in Blanco and Rolfe as substitutes. That's a nice thing to have on the bench, as your 2 top scorers coming into the game.
Well, Rolfe didn't get in the lineup because of a stomach virus early in the year, and then Blanco with the knee problems early in the year, and Nyako has played well. Couldn't get him out of the lineup. And you're not going to take Brian McBride out of the lineup. Elliott plays the ball back to Denton. Quakes were up 1-0 on a Johnson goal. Papa tied it 1-1 in the first half. Late in the first half, Convey made it 2-1, and Blanco to McBride with a brilliant Brian McBride finish here in the second half. And that's where we're at, 2-2, and now in the 68th minute at Buckshaw Stadium.
This is better play, John, by the Earthquakes. Started with Elliott just being composed on the ball in the center, and then finding Ramiro. I like this form of attack.
Runs at the defenders, plays it for Convey, turns it around. Corrales cannot finish everything but the finish.
That's what they need to do right there. That entire buildup started at the back with Elliott coming in, receiving the ball, and playing it into Ramiro, and Ramiro ultimately getting the ball. But look at this attack here by Salinas, getting by his opponent. Convey controls it, lays it off Ramiro, who just tries to pick out a corner and lofts it over the top.
He wanted it on his better left foot and didn't quite get his body in the perfect position to do so. As Rolfe comes in.
He was trying to open up his hips and just try to play that ball into the upper corner. And maybe that's the one that he wants back and power shots that with the driven pass or driven shot.
Chicago's Chris Rolfe. He was their Golden Boot Award winner last year with 9 goals and 8 assists. Convey, Corrales to Alvarez, right side for Salinas.
Nice
Salinas
wedge.
will haul it in against Sagaris. Salinas loves to run at players out in front, on the top of the 6, and no problem for John Bush.
that's where the offense for the Earthquakes have to recognize that he's stuck in the corner there. You have to get across that front post. Somebody's got to make that near post run to get a flick on the ball there.
Papa got Blanco, leaves it back for Blanco, defended there by Salinas. 2-2 at Buckshaw Stadium. Over the top, Garcia off of Nick Garcia, and corner kick Chicago. Sometimes you just got to deal with the speed, and Chris Rolfe comes on, 26-year-old. He's played just 47 minutes this year, all off the bench in 3 games.
Now look for this ball coming in with the left foot. It's going to be the back post.
Papa swings it toward the back post where 2 Chicago players watch Simon Elliott knock it away. Tim Ward will throw it in. Somehow San Jose is going to have to retake control of this game, Troy. They have lost the advantage, I believe.
Well, I think the key is going through the center with Elliott and Corrales. When they hook up and they connect, I think their plan of attack is much better than trying to play the long ball into Lone Johnson up top and having Convy run off them. They're just not connecting with that long pass in. They need to stay a little short, and then find that switch like Alvarez did outside to a speedy Salinas.
Chicago takes it away on the misplay on the throw in. Looking for Papa. Leach plays it to Salinas. Salinas, one of the fastest guys on the field, and leaves it for Leach. Leach for Johnson. Johnson defended by Dason Robinson. He takes it right away. Chicago has started the year 2-0-1. The Quakes at 1-2. Salinas obstructed there by Segares. Loses control of the ball, and Chicago will keep it. And then Salinas comes back and knocks him away, and then Segares hits Salinas. He elbows him. A little bit of contact there, and then Segares comes in. And this has a chance to get out of hand. Right in front of the San Jose bench. So now Gonzalez will sort it out.
Segares is on a yellow card,
that's for sure.
And he could be getting another one, but
he's got a red card in his hand, or he's got it.
He's going to talk to his
mitts here.
Going to talk to his 4th official out there and kind of ask a general consensus here before I throw out anything heavy.
So he's going to have a conversation here with Robinson, but Segares is not in the conversation. I think it was Segares, though, who got away with it here. He didn't really like Salinas bumping him back, and Segares got an awful lot of Salinas with his arms up. But it's Robinson and Salinas who are getting talked to. I think they missed that one. Robinson certainly was in on the second wave.
Yeah, I think he came in to do some things. Here, we'll have a look at it here. Salinas is going to try to get around him here, and Segares is just throwing hands, pushing, shoving, you know, getting into it with Salinas.
Yeah, I don't think that's worth the yellow card.
Nothing there with the yellow card, but I think the second one coming in, you know, that's really just pushing the arms out. I don't think he's intending to throw an elbow at his face or anything. That's just boys being boys.
Well, it's a boys game, isn't it? Alvarez gives it away. Corrales. All taking some funny bounces. That's right off of Brian McBride. And San Jose will control the ball. Sog Specialty Sausages as Convy battles for it. And a penalty kick has been called. A shot from the spot is coming up here in the 74th minute as Convy gets bumped down by Dason Robinson. And we'll sell some sausages in a minute.
Let's have a look here. Convy is going to position himself nice over the top. Ball takes a bounce. He gets the inside track on him. Knows that he has the chance to go to goal. Not too sure if it's going to be a definite penalty kick there. Different angles might show a little bit different approach there, but the foul is a foul. It's been called by the referee. Earthquakes have a chance to go up with a lead.
And Arturo Alvarez will be the man who takes the penalty kick shot here in the 75th minute. And it sure didn't look like Robinson got a whole lot of Bobby Convey, but the call was made.
Well, maybe he's making up for the one earlier against Alvarez in the box in the first half.
So here we go in a 2-2 game. Goal! Go, go, goal! Arturo Alvarez with a penalty spot goal. He goes one way, Bush goes the other, and it's 3-2. San Jose.
Nice composed finish by Arturo Alvarez, stepping up and almost giving John Bush a no-look shot on goal. Look at this. He's going to step up, approach the ball, look to the left, and place it in the right. Fools the goalkeeper. Very composed. Nice play. Nice shot. Good goal.
Alvarez's second goal of the season and his 5th in his return to San Jose. It comes in the 75th minute, and the Quakes have a 3-2 lead, and for the second time this year they've scored 3 times on home turf.
What I like about that shot there, shows confidence. No nervous jitters, stepping up to the goal. He knew exactly what he wanted to do and did it.
So the foul was by Robinson on Convey, the goal for Alvarez in the 75th minute. And the Quakes have the lead. However, that hasn't been a sure thing all day. They've had 2 other leads in this game. Players all over the field. Who goes down? Foul called on Cochran, and Chicago gets the free kick.
Now, the Earthquakes are going to try to hold a line somewhere close to the 18-yard box. Elliott's saying, come on up, come on up. You don't want to get too deep where you're inside the penalty spot.
Blanco's goal this year was scored on a free kick about 20 yards out. This is about 27, 28 yards.
And he's going to try to place that ball somewhere in behind here.
And he strikes it into the side netting. He found his spot. He almost hit his target.
He opted to take a shot on that. Had the opponents leaning the other way to try to curl it in near post on Joe Cannon, which is a tough thing to do. But from this angle, you know, that's what Blanco does. He's tricky. He's probably looking the whole time like he's going to play it in behind the defense and just try to sneak one in on the near post on Joe Cannon.
The Quakes with the lead, 3-2, nursing the lead, I think it's fair to say. And it came on the penalty kick in the 75th minute. A whole lot of jersey there on Rolf, and Ramiro's going to get a yellow card.
He's saying, you know I had to do it, buddy. And Rolf says, okay, I know.
You just have to do it sometimes.
Here, once again, Blanco is going to set up this free kick, and I think this time he's going to wrap it in right behind the defense. Earthquakes need to look at trying to hold a high line there, and they're trying to do it right here. They're trying to hold these guys back here in an offsides position and not try to get in there too early.
Blanco goes left side, headed up in the air by Cochran, I believe. Salinas battles.
Well
Denton
defended.
Clears. And Corrales gets it forward to Convey. He's got plenty of help up the right side. Shea Salinas. He's got Alvarez on the other side. Leaves it for Convey, and it's headed away by Paz. Good defending there by Chicago. And Blanco plays it to Paz. Well, Hamlet brought on all of his offensive players here. So he certainly has enough firepower here in the lineup.
Sure does.
A team that came in scoring 5 goals in 3 games and giving up only 2. So giving up as many goals here today in Santa Clara as they gave up in the first 3 games of this 2009 season.
Well, the key for the San Jose Earthquakes is to not for 1 second take your eye off those big time players like McBride and Blanco. Blanco will find you. You can make a run and he'll find you on your shin, on your chin, anywhere for that near post goal. So you have to keep an eye on Blanco, get to the ball first. The referees are going to argue with Dennis Hamlet here.
And I don't know. We've seen 2 coaches already this year
thrown out,
be asked to leave here. Dominic Kinnear and I guess last year we saw Frank get escorted out. So that was last year. If they can break it out, Convey up the right side, Corrales up the left side, Ramiro leaves it wide left. Convey was wide open and wanted the ball back. Ramiro thought he had the best opportunity and missed it badly.
That's a good counterattack by the Earthquakes, recognizing that they have a man advantage. Ramiro opting to shoot on that one instead of trying to get the ball back to one of the outside runners.
Here comes Cuauhte moc Blanco. Ball chipped away by Alvarez, out of play. Chicago will throw it in. And a substitution will be made here in the 81st minute by Chicago. Before this throw in, Robinson is coming off.
Chicago Fire substitution.
Mike Banner is coming on.
Wow,
He is a 24-year-old who is making his first appearance of the year for Chicago.
He's a midfielder, so they may be pushing players forward and just going man-to-man at the back.
Segaras sends it back the other way. Garcia. He's got Salinas. Salinas from Convey. Out of play. The ball gets knocked around. And Salinas is going to get a yellow card. And that'll be his second of the game. And he's out of here.
Come on. That's...
He just gave Salinas a yellow card for delay of game, I guess.
Give me a break here. So Salinas tries to get to the ball, can't get to the ball.
He's trying to give it back to Banner, and Banner knocks it in the... So he needs a little help from his fourth official. I really believe the fourth official's got to get involved here.
Give me a break. That's so petty.
That is an awful call.
That changes the whole complexity of the game. And
this is where the fourth official has got to jump in there.
Yeah, you know, the referee did a decent job earlier talking it over with his fourth official. This certainly seems unfair, unjustified. It doesn't look like there's any dissent or, you know, anything going on outside of Salinas trying to throw the ball back in and not just giving it to the person that's throwing the ball.
That is a really bad call. That's not a good crew decision there. That's not a good teamwork decision by the guys in the yellow shirts.
Very inconsistent. Could change the whole game with things like that.
Here's Johnson. Johnson's got a little space if he can reel it in. He's got Convey behind him. Quakes have a 3-2 lead. We're in the 83rd minute. Convey, 2-3 defenders around him. Johnson knocked off of his feet. San Jose will throw it in. You'd hope the league would take a look at that and say, you know, maybe.
Well, they'll do their due diligence and they'll research a few things there and find out if there was something else on the sidelines going on there that warranted a second yellow.
So the ball is off Johnson and the throw in deep in the corner for Chicago as the home folks here now are getting a little.
I mean, right now Johnson's doing more than Salinas did right there by standing in front of the free kick or the foul spot.
Get your tickets for the next Earthquakes home game Saturday. They take on their Southern California rivals, the LA Galaxy, at the Oakland Coliseum. The game is followed by a fireworks show that you can watch from the field. The action kicks off at 7:30 p.m. next Saturday night. Fireworks family 4-packs available for this match. Visit sjearthquakes.com for tickets. Quakes up 3-2 here, but down a man now in the 84th minute. On second half yellow cards by Shea Salinas. He came on in the second half.
Now what you're going to see, the Earthquakes are going to sit in on the passing lanes, in the passing channels, and try to
knocks it away.
Keep them from attacking
Blanco,
through those channels.
the dangerous Blanco. Here's Papa. He scored in the first half. Papa watches Garcia. Deflected over the top and out of trouble, but a corner kick for the Fire.
Blanco wants to take it quick here. Here's a replay. Good ball in by Blanco, just sneaking it with the no-look pass. Papa's going to take it with his right foot, not his favorite foot, to put the ball across, and doesn't get a good chip on the ball past the defense.
Blanco swings it out. McBride can't get to it. Corrales heads it right to McBride, cleared away finally by Denton. Banner's got it.
I like
the other
that.
way by Johnson. Johnson chases, and Logan Pause is there.
Sometimes you have to sacrifice your body there. Johnson gets down and just throws his whole body in front of the shot.
He's hurt. In the 85th minute, Cannon touched it, and it deflected right into the back of the net. And it's 3-3.
And the Earthquakes are extremely disappointing. Players are looking at each other. Johnson's laying down. They're going to call this thing.
Are they not going to allow this goal?
He maybe decided at the last minute he was going to punch it. It's a bad decision on my end.
Cam Weaver is coming in the game for Ryan Johnson now. In the 86th minute. A 1-0 lead gone, a 2-1 lead gone, a 3-2 lead gone. It's 3-3.
And John finding the open player, getting a time on the ball to shoot it.
Weaver can't get to the ball. Now Chicago's probably sniffing here now, thinking we can steal one more here. We can get out of here with a 4th goal. Nyako is after it. Boy, you just don't see that happen to Cannon very often, where he's sure-handed, a playmaker, gets his hands on it.
He's done everything right today, and you know, just that one indecision moment, whether to catch it or to punch it, that's all it takes, especially with the pace and the speed that ball was coming at him.
Boy, Frank Yallop is frustrated and befuddled in some sense by the way this game has turned here in the last few minutes. Quakes took a 3-2 lead on the penalty kick in the 75th minute. Here comes Alvarez. It's deflected away. Big deflection. Corrales chases it down. Quakes 3, Chicago 3. Quakes down a man. Shea Salinas played 19 minutes, got 2 yellow cards. And an escort out of here, right in the face of Papa. Now Chicago's got control of the ball. Blanco.
Well, the Earthquakes have to work back to get behind the ball. There's still 2, 3, 4, 5 players up top. They need to get some players back behind the ball.
Convey for Weaver. Pause has got it. Mike Banner, who came on here in the second half for the Fire. Chicago. Headed away by Leach. Convey hauls it in. Gets it back from Elliott. Chase is on. Some 3-3 games smell good, and some 3-3 games don't smell so good. Right now, I'm not so sure about this one.
Which one are you leaning towards?
Kind of a rancid smell in the stadium right now. Could get worse. Ryan McBride has touched the ball about 10 or 15 times here today, and has shown his class. Guy who scored 68 times coming into this game in his MLS career. Scored here today on a pass from Blanco.
Had a couple near post flicks that almost went in as well, and you know, that's what I tell the young forwards at home. You may have 6, 7 chances on goal. You may miss the 6th one, but on that 7th one, you've got to try every single play to get in a position to score.
Not only did he score 68 times in this league, now 69 times, he scored 40 times in 154 games for Fulham.
So he knows how to do it.
Blanco, Papa. We're in the 90th minute at Buckshaw Stadium in a 3-3 game. Banner, high back post for Nyako, and he can't haul it in. Quakes playing a man down after the 82nd minute red card, second yellow card called on Shea Salinas. It's 3-3. Cannon Line up in the air. Weaver battles for it. Samari gets the best of him. Segares. Chicago will continue to attack.
Indicated a minimum of 3 minutes.
3 minutes of stoppage time here will be added on here at the 90th minute.
And the Earthquakes just look deflated right now. They just
give it away. Garcia pauses, got it. He looks for Blanco. First place he looked was for number 10. Cuauhte moc Blanco for McBride. Nyako. Gotta believe he was offside, wasn't he? The flag stayed down.
looked like it from here. Chris Leach is screaming at the guys, hey, I've got that line of offsides there, and he wants that offsides call, but did a good job of sneaking in the back there and blocking that shot.
Weaver, plenty of attention. Elliott, back around the other way. Garcia for Convey. Banner, Convey, Garcia, Bobby Convey off of Chicago. Corner kick, San Jose.
That's a nice play there. Elliott does a good job working that center and playing the ball out long, and Convey fighting and scrapping and battling there to get a corner kick.
Well, Chicago can't believe it. They say Convey knocked it off of Convey.
And they're going to leave the ball right where it sits and make sure that they waste as much time as possible.
Well, management of the game.
Yep. These guys are going to stay out wide here, and they're going to try to get into the attack and get something on this in-swinging cross.
Convey, back post, over the head of Cochran. Right over the head of Ryan Cochran, and Ward was there to defend him, and Chicago will turn it back the other way.
That's a good chance on goal there. Ryan just misjudged a little bit. If he would hang out a little bit deeper, maybe come in a little bit later, had an opportunity to head that ball on target.
He has only 4 goals in his career, but one of them was a late game winner. Toronto and Dallas are in stoppage time. De Rosario and Riquetti, the goal scorers there.
Familiar name.
A familiar name. There up the right side. Leach can't get to it as Corrales put too much pace on it. Not sure you want to pick that ball up and throw it, Chris Leach, or you might pay the price for it.
Thrown out.
Yeah. So we're 2.5 minutes through stoppage time in a 3-3 game. 3 minutes of stoppage time scheduled. It was the 85th minute goal by Chris Rolfe that tied this game up 3-3. That came just 3 minutes after Shea Salinas was red carded. Blanco for Nyako, and it was cleared away, and here comes Ward. San Jose trying to get the ball. Maybe one last push here. Will they let him? Yes, 3 minutes going. Up the left side, Alvarez. He can get to the ball. Artie Alvarez, Paz picks him up. Alvarez out in front, skims away, and Bush keeps it off the post. Alvarez tried to sneak it inside the near post. It was deflected and then tipped away. Very quickly now with a corner kick here as Bush gets him settled. Quakes need some big guys. Alvarez drives it out front. Bush has got it, and the game is over.
Bush does a good job securing that tie for his team.